everyone. Welcome to Off the Great Wall, and thank you for joining our live show. I'm Carmen.
I'm Dan. Nice to see you guys again.
Wow. I mean, if you're watching this, you probably know who we are already. And for the live show, from now on, the format, well, we're trying to come up with a format. We want to do some, discussion around topics. So I think we'll probably do 1 to 2 topics per show. And for today's topic, we are going to talk about what it was like when we were growing up. And for that, we have a special guest, and I'm sure you already know who that is. Miss Mia Wijaya.
Hello. Good seeing you guys. And thanks for having me. This feels super awkward.
It is very awkward.
Like, what do I do with my hands?
I'm gonna pretend like I don't talk to you every week. Oh my God! It's Mia!
Oh my God, Dan, how are you?
Whoa,
No. We talk to each other way too much.
Hi, Angela. Oh, another Dan. Hi, Dan.
Hi, Dan D.
And Steph. You're going too fast.
Whoa, Kevin. Whoa.
Producer Kevin. Slow down.
Hi, Josh. AMB.
Howdy.
Yeah.
Love y'all. Thank you. 2 a.m. Netherlands. Well, thank you for joining us.
Oh my gosh. Thanks for staying up.
Another night out.
2 a.m. Prague. Well, thank you.
Speaking of 2 a.m., I basically stayed up until 3 a.m. on the weekend because of a freaking matcha latte cup.
Wow.
And I forgot all about it, and I got it again today. So,
well, you need all the energy for this show.
so
hopefully you can drain it all.
Wait, 2 a.m. West Coast time?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, 2 a.m. East Coast time is only 11 p.m. So it doesn't.
Actually, 2 a.m. anywhere is bad anyway. You know,
yeah,
especially when you had to work the next day.
That was a really rookie mistake. All right, Mia. So you've been gone from Off the Great Wall for, I think, 3 years now?
Something
is it 3
like
or 4 years?
More.
No, like 4 years. 4 years now.
4.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, well, what have you been doing since you've been gone?
What have I been doing? So I basically went back to the corporate world, and I'm have a full-time job now in this industry that nobody else would know. It's called ad tech. So who here knows what ad tech is? If you do, comment. But like basically I'm looking at the blank like stare on your faces, and I'm already like,
I'm trying to like thinking, nod. I'm like, yep.
Yeah, you're
exactly.
like, I know what you're talking about. No, essentially, it is basically, if you have a website, right, and you're trying to monetize your website and make money from your website, I can help you with that.
Okay.
I have no idea what you just said.
Carmen's not impressed.
No, I want to monetize a website. Yeah. So
or like if you play, every time I say this, a lot of people would just go, "Oh, I hate those ads so much." But it helps.
So you're the spammer. Is that what you're saying?
Sort of. And then especially if you see ads like following you through like different websites.
Wow.
But hey, in my defense, I help them make money so that you guys can get free content.
That's a good
Fair
point.
enough.
That's a good point. Mia, can you just help me monetize without a website? Like, can you monetize me? Can you just make?
I can get you
money?
Coffee, like help you make money that way. That's another way of monetization.
That's true.
But yeah, I've been doing that for the last almost 4 years now, ever since I left the channel. Of course, Off the Great Wall was a great experience. It was so much fun. And I mean, we are here again as we're trying to revive the channel, sort of. But also on the side, I've been kind of doing a podcast with Dan. I don't know, you guys talked about it real quick last time. That's why I talked to this guy way too much. But yeah, so it remains a passion project.
Somebody actually just said they just finished listening to our podcast. But anyways, Mia, is this a corporate term for you? DSP, what? SSP?
Yes. Wait, somebody's.
Okay.
Okay. Now somebody's talking my language.
Let's
talk about inventory, DSP, and SSP. So I
think Paul is a
SSP.
fellow. Yeah. Oh. Super. I don't even know.
Are you trying to come up with the acronym?
Yeah.
Super No, I don't know. I can't even.
Dude, somebody just made another joke that I cannot put on. No,
What?
you can't put that joke on there.
Okay.
No, I didn't see it. That was too fast.
I saw it. Yeah, that's
Okay.
I can't
funny.
multitask here, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, great seeing you.
Yes.
What are we doing today?
All right. So the topic is what it was like for us growing up. And then I had both of you and myself share some photos on a Google Drive. And so Kevin's going to pull some photos up and we're going to
Yes.
see who's who.
Okay,
What?
first of all,
Why is that photo so ghetto?
Wow.
It's like a cutout of a baby photo.
oh my god. And-
Definitely Mia, because Carmen's definitely darker than this. Mia's like really.
Why are you trying to imply? Why are you
Wait,
saying
no,
that
no,
I'm
no.
dark?
I'm just,
It could have been the
I'm not
lighting
saying you're-
too.
I'm not saying you're dark, but this is a really like pasty baby. That's Mia.
Also, this photo, this picture is almost black and white. No, but
Wow.
it wasn't that long ago, guys.
So cute.
It's sepia before after black and white.
It's
Wow.
after filter.
It
Anyway,
actually looks like you now.
how?
Like the shape,
How?
the face, like very like I don't know. I can't describe it. Just
What
kind
are you trying to say? What are you trying to imply?
Wait, so if I look like this way, can you see the resemblance? No, like this
a little
way?
bit, a little bit.
Okay.
Put your
I
hair
think
up. Put your,
the
hide your hair.
eyes.
Yeah,
the
it's
eyes
the
is still
eyes.
there. Yes, the eyes.
And the nose.
Oh.
Nose.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Just-
yeah.
Yeah. That's
Let's
so
move
cute.
on.
Oh man, so cute.
Oh,
This one's easy. This cannot be a girl. Come on. We
No.
know who that is.
That Mia. Guess where that is?
Guess
I'll give
where
you-
that is? Are you?
yeah.
Is this in Southern California? No,
Come on, dude.
San Jose, Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz. Wait,
Did I get it right?
No. This is Santa
San
Monica.
Francisco.
No,
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I totally forgot. This is this
Dude,
is in
my
Santa
first
Monica.
answer was right.
Yeah, Southern California.
What were you doing then? Why are you so happy?
What am I doing? I'm clearly making sandcastles. That's why I'm happy.
Actually, it's not
Look
that
at all the
easy to
castles
make
I made.
sandcastle. I tried to make it the other day and I failed so horribly.
I mean,
The other
look at
day,
it.
as in like
Yeah.
recently.
We went
like
to the
last summer?
beach?
It wasn't that long ago. I
Oh my
tried.
gosh. All right, let's get a Carmen one.
All right.
Oh, well, oh. my
Wait, this is
God.
Dan also, right? This is
No.
another
Yeah,
Dan,
I
right?
think it's Dan. It looks like Dan.
Yo, I
Right?
think this is Kevin. Who is this? Look at the hair.
And why is there a mole?
That's not a mouse. I think that's a mouse. Move the mouse.
it is.
No, seriously, who is this?
It's a
It is
it's a
a
mouse.
Ah,
not a mole.
never mind.
Well, this is hold on. This is
Wait,
1992.
can both of you smile? I want to see who it is. Wait, is it
I
Carmen?
don't,
Now
I don't
I'm
think
confused.
it's any of us. I think it's Kevin.
Okay,
Kevin
it's
just
me.
try to
Oh wow!
see.
That looks. I can't see it. That's
How can you not? How can you not
cute.
see it? That's
Yo.
me.
I don't know.
Nice outfit though.
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa!
We-
Like, actually, you can throw a couple more up, and then you can tell. Like, let's see
We
if you
Our-
can tell it's me.
all of our outfits are pretty. Oh my gosh! Hold on. I can't tell who this is. Is this Mia or is this Carmen? I cannot tell. I think the swag goes to Mia. That is that
No,
that child has
I-
some serious swag, right? now.
or attitude problem.
That child has like the Hong Kong movie maker look down.
Also,
Like the
those
hip-
sunglasses are
Seriously.
totally.
Did you see the
lit.
suspenders?
Dude,
Yeah.
unbelievable.
If you're watching too many Hong Kong movies, that's what you would see.
That's definitely not Central Park. Where is that? Is that you, Carmen?
Yes, that's me too.
Oh my! Yo, where is this? Is
this is in Australia.
Oh my gosh!
There's a reason why I was doing this though.
I
Man.
love
At that
it.
Why is
time,
that?
I had two chicken pox right there.
Oh, what?
I didn't want to take a photo, so they're like, "Oh, just
Wow.
cover it," and then so I covered it like this.
And how
And that's
old
how-
were you
Wow.
in here?
I don't remember. I think it was like 5 or 6. I think it's like 5 or 6. Yeah,
Somebody said Jonathan CJL says such swag.
I
like
know.
that. Much
Swag with an E.
swag. Yeah,
I know.
Swag.
much swag. The swag
Alright.
is
Oh,
dripping.
Somebody said Bobo Ho.
What's Bobo Ho?
Do you know who that is? It's that
No.
little I don't know if he's a character or if that's his real name, But if you Google Bobo, he's like this tiny little boy that's super, just full of life. But I think he's in movies. But anyway, we can move on.
Comments. These are some funny
Yes.
comments.
Well, I clearly like to dress like a boy. Well, actually, my parents like to dress me like a boy.
Did you
It's
have any
because my
choices? You probably didn't have any choices.
well, it's because I was so skinny as a kid, and my legs were so thin that they don't want to put me in any dresses. They think that like people would say, "Oh, you didn't feed her,"
Oh
so they will always put me in pants.
no!
And I also really like sunglasses. I also like because my dad wore suspenders, so I really like suspenders. I want to like look exactly like my
I
dad.
love that look. Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Look, I like that look. That's a great
We
look.
should recreate some of those childhood pictures.
Okay,
Do
we
that this
should.
weekend. We should do that.
Okay, we should.
Where am I gonna find these clothes?
Thrift shop.
You can find them anywhere.
It's
I'll find
closed
it for
right
you.
now.
Oh, that's true.
No,
For
Order
me
them.
are
anyway.
they? Oh,
Yeah,
really?
well, everything is like closed here.
Order
So.
order them from Kohl's.
Order them online, Carmen. There's no
Order them from
excuse.
Marshalls.
I don't think you can buy that kind of clothing anymore. Like a red like kid suspenders.
No, you can totally find them. I'm pretty sure. But anyway, wait, is
All
that
right.
it? Do we have any more photos?
There's more, but I think our producer doesn't want to show our photos. Who wants to see more photos?
throw up another. I want to see another.
This must have been,
yeah.
oh, for sure. This is 1,000% Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
There's no. I mean, like, what are you guys doing? Doing puzzles?
Did
We
you
had
ever
it- we
finish
got our
it?
Yeah, it was our first 1,000-piece puzzle. That's my dad.
Wow.
And
But
I
did you
was
finish it?
Yeah, I was very
good.
tanned. Look how tanned I was.
It's all that sunshine in
It's
Southern
the
California.
Yeah, it's the Southern California sun.
So did you grow up in California?
Not really. I mean, what? I mean, that's the interesting thing, right? Like, I grew up in Boston, but I spent 4 years in California. So would you say that's
Okay.
growing up? I don't think that's growing up. I think that's just like I was there for 4 years. You know, I think I grew up in Boston. That's where next level stretch. Yo, I had every Asian kid's bowl cut. I had that nice. I think my mom
Aw.
actually put a bowl around my head and just cut it.
I had the bowl cut
Really?
at one point too.
Yeah, we all had it. Mia, you didn't have it? You didn't have the bowl
No,
cut?
well,
Oh man.
I don't remember. See, that's the thing. When we were looking for childhood pictures, like, that's all I got. I only have one.
Wow.
That sad cutout.
Yeah, that sad
Man.
cutout is my only one, and that's the only one that I managed to save. And then I don't know where the other pictures went.
Your mom doesn't have them in like a binder back in Indonesia?
We did, but then also we moved around a lot. So
Yeah,
basically,
that's sad.
yeah, if you're going to do some background check on me, you can't find anything.
Is she even real?
Nope.
Not shady at all.
So you grew up in Indonesia and then moved to the States.
Yeah. So I was born and raised in Indonesia until 16 years old. I lived for 2 years in Malaysia. And then I came to the States and I've been here ever since. And yeah, Dan also moved around a little bit, right? When you were younger?
Yeah, I just feel it's so interesting that you came in, you were pretty much like 2 years from being an official adult. You know, it must have been like a crazy experience having grown up overseas and then coming here and basically you've been here since you were 16.
18. So
18, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so
I
you were
lived-
basically an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And
But I
and you're
mean,
yeah.
I lived in Malaysia first for 2 years. Secret agent confirmed. Shh, you're not supposed to say that. Shout out to Malaysia. Yeah, I used to live
I
in
love
Penang.
Malaysia too.
Oh my god, it was so fun.
Oh, you've been in Malaysia, Carmen?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite places. I would love to go back.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
where in Malaysia did you go to?
I only went to Kuala Lumpur. So I would love to visit Penang because I know the
Yeah.
food there is amazing.
Yeah, I want some Penang curry right now.
Dude, go get it. Go.
All right, I'll see
After
you later. I'm
this.
going to Papa Rich. I'll see you guys later. Just kidding.
Dude, no, go when I'm back in New York, okay? Don't do it now. Don't leave me. But yeah, okay, going back to our growing up stories. So yeah, 2 years in Malaysia, it was a lot of fun. That was my first time living without the adults.
Oh,
And I was 16. I was with a bunch of cousins, and I was the oldest one, so I essentially had to try to take care of them. But it was a lot of fun. We had freedom.
so did you like
Sneak up.
boss them around and then make them do work for you?
I'm so nice. No, I would never do that to other
come
human
on.
beings. No.
Come on. Do you have siblings? Do you have siblings?
I do have I have two younger siblings.
And you didn't make them do anything?
The thing is, my younger siblings were only 2 years apart, so we're more like friends.
Okay.
The youngest sibling, on the other hand,
Oh, the one that's 4 years younger.
she's like 8 years. So
Oh wow,
I
she's
feel
the
like she has
troublemaker.
two people bossing her around, and she is the troublemaker of the family. I agree. She's also the clown of the family. But yeah, so
Really?
that's my. Go on.
I was gonna say, what are you? Are you the leader of the pack?
I'm the leader of the gang. Oh my god, yes. Yes. Now I remember when I was still living in Indonesia, I think we were about 6 or 7 years old, and then we were playing with the neighborhood's kids every day after school, and also for some reason, no, I was the oldest, but then I had some others like around my age. And I was sort of the leader of the gang, but then like I'm a nice leader.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
probably the
I
smallest.
didn't boss them
leader.
around.
Like you're like
Probably.
small Mia, follow me.
Small.
But you're
feisty.
not like natively Indonesian, right?
No, so I'm Chinese Indonesian. So like I grew up within the Indonesian culture, right? But then at home we do have some Chinese culture influence, and then you don't really see that much, except for the important occasions like Chinese New Year. Of course, we celebrate that. Like marriage traditions, of course, there's like a little bit of a Chinese culture sprinkled in there, and even funerals. I think we also follow some Chinese traditions. So that's it's like a mixed bag of everything.
So right now, would you say you're more Chinese or more Indonesian or more American?
I don't even know. I'm like going around telling people that I'm culturally confused because yes, I have this Chinese blood in me, obviously, but then I grew up in Indonesia, but then I also, spent half of my life in the States. So I don't feel like I really belong anywhere. But I just like to think of it as like I have the best of everything.
All the worlds.
Yeah.
You're the most individually diverse person I know. You're like,
Really?
oh, wow.
Wait, how
Oh,
so?
maybe not like I know, but it's like you're ethnic. You're saying like you're Chinese, like by by lineage or whatever.
Yeah.
But then you grew up in Malaysia. I mean, you grew up in Indonesia, then spent time in Malaysia, then you came here. So
Yeah.
it's like, what's your real home? Because now
I
you've been
don't
here
know.
for like over a decade at least.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
even here, splitting time between California and New York.
That
just
even here,
makes it even more confusing.
yeah.
But
Like
it
I
is
could
what it
definitively
is.
say I'm from the East. Like I grew up in the East Coast, right? Definitively, like everything about me is East
So those
Coast.
4 years in California meant nothing for you?
Nothing. Didn't even.
4
didn't
years
even,
is actually not
It's
that
not.
long.
I was like 5 or 6 to 10.
Oh,
So
okay.
like I can't even remember. It was like before middle school. So
What about
you
you,
know.
Carmen?
Well, I was born in Macau. Then I moved to Australia, I think when I was 6. Then I was in Australia for I think 13 years or 12 years.
okay,
And then I moved to North America.
when you were
For
18,
Yeah, basically.
really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So like
So
Carmen.
basically,
I mean, so,
I spent my
yeah.
entire adulthood in North America. Actually, I was just talking to my friend about it today, whose phone. Who didn't mute?
That's not a phone.
Producer Kevin.
That's my doorbell.
Stop it. Oh, really?
Who's trying to come into your house?
I don't know. It's 8:00 at night. Sorry, guys.
Did you get delivery?
Or do you need to get
No.
that? No?
No, what? Why is somebody ringing my doorbell at 8:00? Anyways, keep going.
Okay, I mean,
Weird.
we're here to witness if anything happens.
Yeah,
This
no,
is streaming
seriously.
live.
If they come break in right now, this is video proof. So
Yeah, so everyone here
It's gonna be
watching
on
knows, can
YouTube.
see it, can be witness. Okay. So yeah, the funny thing is that I never really considered myself like an American or Canadian, even though I spent my entire adulthood here.
yeah.
And I feel like I consider myself more Australian, but then I
Yeah.
still connect very closely to being Chinese and being Cantonese and having that like part of Macau in me. I'm like actually really quite proud of that. So yeah, but then I also, when I think of home, I still think of Australia for some reason.
Yeah. Interesting. So
Yeah.
do you feel like you're okay between America and Canada? What are you more used to?
Canada for sure.
Why?
There's like, well, New York is fun, but it's like a love-hate relationship. Like
Right.
it's just so much going on, and like you have tons of friends, and there's so much stuff you can go and do at any time. But you live in pretty poor conditions if you don't make a lot of money. Literally in the shoebox, sharing a house with a bunch of people, sharing one bathroom.
That's
So-
literally me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I don't know if that's your living situation now.
That is exactly my living situation. But
Okay.
moving on.
Moving on.
But
Okay.
I guess like in Canada, we were able to establish ourselves a little bit better, and then have our own home. And then I do feel like that the culture here. I guess like I guess the main difference is that when I was in America, like you can tell that I don't really have an accent anymore. Like I guess I did live a long time in North America, but when I
Yeah.
first moved to New York, people could barely understand me.
Oh,
And I
interesting.
kind of
'cause-
have to,
Your Australian accent was thick. I remember when you first came here.
so I kind of have to adjust myself.
Yeah.
So I
You-
have to, so I can be
No.
understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were definitely
But-
more Aussie.
And then, but I feel like in Canada, people kind of just have to do their own thing. So if you, I guess like you can like open your own like restaurant and have everything in Chinese, and it's still okay.
Interesting.
Does Carmen still have an Australian accent? Oh, I'm
Why-
like, who's
wait,
who's
Hold
why-
off
on,
the
is
Great
this
Wall?
Kevin's question?
Who's off the Great Wall? I'm like, oh, that's us.
Yeah, she definitely still does.
I mean, to me, you still do have an Australian accent.
yeah, it's just not as
Yes.
thick.
Which part?
Which part of Australia?
I think you're
I don't know which
your
part of
accent-
Australia, not
think your
geographically, but like
accent's
which
morphed.
word.
you're less. I'll tell you when I hear it, but it's there. I think.
Okay. Okay.
It's like our friend Felicia. Like she started losing her accent a little bit. I
her,
think.
her accent's much thicker than mine.
I
But
agree.
but since the day she got here, like now it's getting less. I think it's like all of you guys that come to America that you start losing your Australian accents. I think.
Yes, Carmen
Yes,
sounds Aussie.
Carmen sounds Aussie.
Yeah.
She does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Right. All right. I mean, like every word. All right. Yeah.
but my like Australian friends, when they listen to me talk, they're like, "Oh my god, you're so American."
They're like, oh my god.
It's so interesting.
No. No, you're no, bro. you
and then
sound
when I
Australian.
talk to you guys, you're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you're Aussie." So
See,
okay,
you're
whatever.
Aussie. You're Aussie. Like you guys just don't pronounce the whole words.
Are you
Yeah.
saying that I'm
You know what I
lazy?
mean?
Yeah.
You guys just like
Yeah.
you blow
Yeah.
through the words sometimes. You know, you don't like Australians and UK people. They don't unless you're like acting. You don't quite, enunciate the words. You're just like, like I'm sorry, what?
You have an accent all the time, just not so pronounced. Okay, fine, fair enough.
Does it depend on who you talk to? Like if you talk to your Australian friends, then you automatically turn that on?
Actually, I don't like deliberately do it, but I do feel like I catch on a little bit.
Mm,
So when I talk to them, I
it's
feel
probably
like
natural.
they sound a little bit more
Yeah.
Australian.
Aussie.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting. I feel like with language, when I talk to my Indonesian friends, sometimes we would mix in English words, but
Yes.
then I would say it with Indonesian accent. And like, I think like my mannerisms would change depending on the situation. So I think
So
that's
I have a cousin. She's Australian, and when I remember at one point she was speaking English, Chinese, but Mandarin Chinese and Shanghainese all in one sentence because we're Shanghainese.
that's
Yeah.
skills.
And she's like a lot of Australians, y'all just talk really fast.
You guys are just slow.
I don't know. I think we're normal.
It's
Like,
not-
we just
no,
have
no.
normal speed.
Maybe you guys are just slow. Come on.
Yeah. No,
No,
like,
Dan. Okay,
like,
okay.
you
To
know,
Carmen's
normal.
defense, I think you guys are slow. Like I speak faster when I speak Indonesian too.
You do, yeah.
Yeah,
I-
yeah.
So she would just be like blah blah blah, and then have the whole sentence would be Australian accent, then Chinese, then like Mandarin. It was crazy, Shanghainese all in one. I'm like, oh man, I could barely understand your Australian accent, and now you're like.
I think
throwing
you
other
will
stuff
love
in
it
there.
if you go to Singapore and then listen
Oh
to
my
people
God.
speaking
That's
Singlish.
that's what I felt like. It was just like it was coming in and out. Like
yeah.
it was like a new language. Like,
All right,
what?
Dan. So how about you? You're East Coast all the way, or you born in US?
Yeah, no, I was born in Shanghai, and I came over here same thing when I was like 5 or 6 to the West Coast, Northern California, then Southern California, and then basically my parents were like, "All right, we're gonna go over to the East Coast," and then I started middle school there. It was the summer between 5th grade and 6th grade, and then from 6 until like 23, I was in Boston the whole time, or Cambridge. So I'm East Coast, like I grew up there. I have a lot of, I mean, I feel like a lot of my upbringing was a combination of the East and the West. So my parents were Chinese, obviously. So and then my grandparents spent a lot of time with me. So in China, my parents didn't raise me. They basically were like, we're gonna come to America to like pursue our dreams of being artists, like writers and painters.
That's a very different type of Asian parents.
Very
cool.
different.
Cool.
They were like, we're gonna pursue our dreams, because in China they also studied art and not like whatever it is they study in China in the 70s, right, or 80s, and then
well, not engineering and IT.
No,
Or science.
no, and then and
That's
then
really cool. Yep.
Yeah, and then so they basically left me with my grandparents, and my grandparents, being super, like old school traditional Chinese, raised me from day one, like since I was a baby, because my parents were like, "Wait, we don't have time to take care of this little kid. You guys got to do it," and we're out. So they came to America. Even in China, when I was born, they couldn't take care of me. They had to leave me with my grandparents because they were in school, and I guess in China.
Wow.
In that time, they were studying really hard, so they had me. I'm like, I think you guys weren't ready to have me.
Were your
And then-
No, but I
grandparents
think
strict, or like were they? Because like
No,
grandparents,
no.
when they take care of
Oh,
kids,
well,
they're
That's-
usually
that's-
super lenient.
That's my parents. No, my grandparents were very like hands-on, and they were also not normal. They wanted me to be so my grandpa was an artist and a dancer and a teacher and a singer
wow.
That's so
and a
cool.
musician.
Wow.
So my first lessons, from, I would say, as early as I can remember, like age 4 until I left them. But then they also came to America to stay with us for a little bit. So my grandparents brought me up. So every day it was crazy. Like I would have to do like Chinese watercolor painting. I would
Ooh.
I didn't sing, but I would do like, even my grandpa did like qigong, so he'd be like, "Let's go to the park and do some qigong." I was like 5, and then so I grew up in the arts. So then when I got to America, it was kind of like, oh, my parents were already artists, so they just kind of took over. And like instead of Chinese watercolor, then I started doing like more Western art style, because that's what my mom did. She studied fine art, so instead of like watercolor, like Chinese painting. Oh my!
Dan's wearing the
I
same.
noticed that
was
too.
going
I
to
didn't
ask
want
you.
to interrupt. I did not want to interrupt.
Yo,
I noticed that
Bosco.
too.
I have my whole life. I didn't realize that. Yo,
I noticed
Wait,
that. I just didn't want to say
Did you get
life.
that T-shirt at the store around there somewhere?
I think we must have. How do you explain the same T-shirt?
Same
Oh my
exact
gosh,
T-shirt.
This is crazy. This is obviously California, right outside of the Chinese theater.
Oh wait, yeah,
yeah.
there are some stores around there.
But
Yeah,
like
I
a
guess it
striped
is.
shirt, it's not even like a souvenir shirt.
Does it say Hollywood there somewhere?
I had really bad fashion when I was a kid.
Well,
When
did
you were
you
a
dress
kid.
yourself? Did you dress yourself?
Not really. Not really.
Well,
I mean,
obviously you didn't have the same swag as me, so.
Swag.
I didn't. I had no. Listen, I had no swag, and I was okay with that. So anyways, my grandparents raised me, so I have like a lot of like more traditional Chinese things. But then like when I got to America, I assimilated pretty fast, because there was no Chinese people around me, and I feel like my American upbringing, because we also had a lot of American friends that took us in, because it was just my parents and I, and they were not rich artists. Let me tell you, they were like, they weren't poor, but they weren't like living it up. But so we had a lot of friends that would like invite us over to their house for Christmas. So
That's
I
nice.
spent so my first Christmases were like I would say like American Christmases, like with stockings and presents and trees. And I just was like, oh, I guess this is how they do it here. And then so of course my parents caught on. They're like, oh, I guess every year now we got to give this kid a tree and presents, and then that's pretty much what they did.
Are you talking about real presents? Because I had Christmas tree when I was a kid at home, but then
Yeah.
we just had a bunch of fake presents, like empty presents,
Wow.
and also fake tree for sure.
Wow.
Well, fake tree, yes, I understand
Yeah,
the fake tree.
yeah.
You want to reuse it, but fake
Yeah.
presents, that's
Like
weird.
empty
Like,
ones.
that's
That's
weird.
mean.
Oh my god!
Like we
No,
just don't
that's
really
mean.
celebrate Christmas.
Why do you even try then? Just don't give.
I mean, we would just like to
Oh,
like
man.
participate in the festivities, but not so much, I guess. Like, I don't know. I
Wow.
was
Yeah,
young.
take some photos of you in front of a tree with some presents, but that's
Just
it.
so that they can say been there, done that. But yeah,
Man.
no, we didn't really have that as a kid.
Wow. You're
Well, I've never had a
that's
tree
savage.
ever.
Even now?
really?
None.
Not even till
Never.
now?
Actually, I do have a tree.
Wait, really?
Where is my tree? Where is my tree?
Why is she
What did
looking
my
at
tree
it?
go?
She has this
Mia,
like, tree
yo,
that's
Mia,
like
you
this
missed.
big.
Mia, you were in California. You missed our epic tree we got.
I
this
know.
year.
Wait, Carmen,
my
that doesn't count. No, that doesn't count.
That's lit. That's lit. Hey, you know what you got to do? You have to spray paint part of it to make it look like there's snow.
What do you
on top.
mean? It's already glittery.
No,
What do you
not
want?
Can't
literally.
tell.
No, I
I
want to
can't
Snow on
see
the
it.
bottom.
Okay, snow at the bottom. Fine. All right. You got that.
And I'll just make some
Carmen,
fake presents on the
I'm gonna
on the
I'm gonna
bottom.
send you a miniature present so you can put it under that tree. Like a
Yes,
miniature
with
present.
nothing inside. It needs to be fake.
What
Yeah.
about just like the traditional Chinese culture aspect of it? Like, did you guys have that growing up? Because I remember when I was young, this is a story when my grandmother from my dad's side passed away, and then I remember like the way we like did the whole ceremony thing is like some of us had to dress in like all white costume or outfit, and then we would have relatives coming over to our house, and then we also had those professional mourners, like I don't know what to call them, but like the ones who like came to our place, and I think some of them like were crying professionally, but I don't know if they were doing that, but they were doing some sort of rituals or ceremony for the funeral. Did you guys have any of that? Because that's the only like traditional Chinese culture thing that I used to have as a kid.
I don't think I've attended that many funerals in my life. Fortunately.
That was my
Yeah,
only one.
fortunately.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I cannot relate in the funeral sense.
No.
But like
But,
maybe
um,
other ceremony like marriage,
Yeah,
wedding celebrations.
For our side, like in Australia, we didn't do a lot. And I think you guys might be like, oh my god, like Carmen knows a lot about culture, blah blah blah. Like, but we don't. We celebrate Chinese New Year, but it's not like we decorate the house and do all that stuff. Like we just have a nice meal, and then we may get some red pocket money. It's a may. Like, the older
really?
we got, I think they just kind of like forget about it. It's just like I'm like, hello, I didn't forget. And then we do take like the tradition of like the food quite seriously. Like for Mid Autumn, we'll do the whole like mooncake and then tangyuan, and like for the Dragon Boat, we'll do like 粽子 and all that stuff. So we will eat the particular food for the season, and we do eat according to like health, kind of like more Chinese medicine type.
Wow.
We obviously I guess like what's really different in a way is that my parents also didn't really care that much about my academics, I guess, in terms of, no, I'm not talking about traditional Chinese culture, but like the usual
The
like
Asian
when you
parenting
think
style.
Asian parenting, that they all they wanted me to be is happy and and healthy,
Aw.
and then that's it, and then be a good person. That's it. So they, I guess, like because they themselves weren't like super educated, like when they were young, they had to take care of the family, go out and work, and then so for them, they're like, oh, I just want to take you to immigrate to Australia so you guys can have a better life. That's all they kind of want to do.
So your
but
parents went to Australia. Were they born somewhere else, like in Macau?
They were born in
like you
China.
said? Okay, in
They were
China.
born in
Okay.
China, then they moved to Macau to basically make money, and then I guess they met each other there, and then and then I happened.
You happened.
And I happened, and then actually very similarly, I was also brought up by my grandma because my parents were so busy trying to make a living, and they were they opened their own business and all that stuff. So they basically, I didn't actually see them until like weekends, because they would go
Huh.
Yeah, like at one point I didn't even live with my parents because they were just so busy. So I'll see them on the weekend, or they will take me out at night because that's the only time they have. So they would take me out to have like siu, which is like late night snack.
Night snack.
Yeah, or like take me out to karaoke. So I was out
Wow.
karaokeing when I was like 3 or 4. I would sing with my dad. I have a duet with my dad, and it's a Jackie Chung
Wow.
song. So I would sing the female
Oh, there
part,
you
and my dad would
go.
sing the male part.
Woo!
Hey, that's
Oh,
actually
look at the
really
outfit.
cute.
Look at the Snoopy outfit. Oh my goodness. Why did you have a Wisconsin sweatshirt?
I don't know, like Chinese
know
fashion,
where
like a kid's
Wisconsin was?
fashion is really random. It's really
Oh my
random.
God.
And Yeah, so,
Let's
Um,
just say fashion is not at the top of your parents'
Wow.
mind.
Wow. Oh my, this is like slightly more older Carmen.
yeah, this is
I
me
can see
going back.
Carmen's face here.
This
Yeah.
is me going back to Macau, like visiting after Australia. So you see, I'm slightly tanner there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this is
Wow.
like me. Actually, I went to China to get my hair done. That was
Oh.
$2.
So
remember
remember
that.
how much it cost
I remember
you.
it was $2.
Oh my gosh, this is hilarious.
That's so
Love it.
interesting. No, because my
Love
parents
it.
were born in Indonesia, so I also didn't really have that your typical Asian American parenting style or experience. Like my parents were not really strict on my education, but I was so strict on my education on myself because in my school back then, you know, if you were a top 3 student, then you get a voucher to eat at a steakhouse. So I'm like, I want that voucher. So like, yeah, that's the only reason I was doing
Yeah.
quite well in elementary school. But other than
Motivated
that,
by food.
food is always motivation.
Always a motivating factor.
Yeah, so that's the only like whenever I guess I would be watching or listening to other people's stories about strict Asian parents. Like I did not have that
Yeah.
growing up. But yeah,
Wow.
All right. So, well, I feel like we kind of don't have. I mean, actually, except for Dan, me and I didn't really have that much, I guess, like traditions in our lives. So, I'm going to move on to the next topic, which is: do you think that we're losing our culture? Like, are we losing our roots? Like in this generation or in the next generation, if we have kids?
Yeah, I guess I'll start. I've been thinking. I mean, I've always been thinking about this because I feel like a lot of times we try to do things that seem to be traditional. Like, let's just say, like during holiday times, you know, a lot of things get tossed around now. Especially more people are learning about things like, oh, you should eat dumplings or rice cakes or wear red or whatever. Right? A lot of the superficial things now are being like passed around. You know, you can look everything up, but I think the inner meaning of all these things are getting lost and have been lost if we don't make an effort to retain them. And I do think that when I look around, like in my family, you know, there's not a lot of traditions. There's not a lot of like, say, passing down of family recipes. You know, I'm big on like one of my hopes and dreams one day is to catalog my family's food, because I think the food that you make is very indicative of like how you grew up, and it can tell a whole backstory for many, many, many generations. And so, I mean, think about it. Like, how many recipes has your grandmother passed down to your mom, and vice versa? You know, I can at least, like, for me, everything stopped with my aunt. You know, my mom didn't learn anything. My mom did teach me some of her stuff that she made up, like completely just made up. So I have those. So I'm gonna keep passing those down. Yeah, I guess hopefully they're good. But that's just on recipes. You know, I do feel like there's so many things that are being lost, and if we don't like remember and also try to rediscover, so it's a part of it is like trying to rediscover. The other part is actively trying to keep it going. You know, if we don't do those things, then I mean, if you think about it, like, then what's our traditions? You know, as Chinese people living
Wonder
abroad.
41.
You know. Oh,
I
wow.
asked my
Ask
mom
mom-
to write down and pass down her recipe. She and my dad just responded that if they gave it to me, I'd never come back home. Oh,
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's like a way for them to, and because I just have these memories, like anytime when my grandfather came to visit us in America, he whenever he cooked a dish that I can tell like back in the 60s during the Cultural Revolution or after, that he cooked and the whole family would gather around. And he did that in America, and like it brought back, all these nostalgic feelings and traditions in my family. That was the first time I saw like my parents get really excited, and my aunt and uncle like, "Whoa, Grandpa's making this," and I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." And I was like eating McDonald's, because like and I was like, and I look back and I was too young to realize what was going on, and my grandpa's dead now. He's been dead for a long time. So I never had a chance to learn those recipes. So I asked my aunt to remember them and write them down. And one day I'm hoping to collect them, and maybe with the help of my other cousins, just try to like document it. It's like the Wang family. I'm a Chen. My dad's a Chen, but this is my mom's side. So like my Wang family, lineage or whatever.
That's nice.
Hopefully one day, but we'll see.
Somebody said that I wish my parents had recipes worth passing down. I feel the same way. I got none of that. My mom didn't use to cook.
Besides recipes, like, do you have other examples? I mean, I could probably definitely think of some more, but anything that comes to either of your minds, like, just beyond let's go do this for this holiday.
Yeah. No, what about values? Are there any like traditional Chinese values? Like, the only thing that came to mind is just filial piety, but then like I'm sure there are others, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of it would be like respecting, obviously filial piety, and also like kind of like believing there's like higher beings. Because if you really believe that, it doesn't matter if it's like a god or Buddha or whatever, but if you believe there's higher beings looking at you, then you wouldn't go and do bad things, because like later on, like you would be like, hey, there's retribution. That's the word. So believing in retribution. So that's kind of how you can stay in like a clean path in your life, let's just say that. So I think that's what my parents instilled in me when they meant like, to be a good person, that, whatever you do, you always like have, whether it's your ancestors or your like gods or, Buddhas or whatever, they're all looking at you. So you better make the right choice.
You better behave.
For sure. I mean, I think I have like friends from Taiwan, and they're definitely like very into, I mean, they still believe that there's believe in a lot about like higher powers, respecting, praying, like paying respects to your elders and your deities, and I was like, man, that's profound. Because if you don't talk about that stuff, like how do you even, so then what are you living for? What are you just living and you wake up and you go to work, like have some fun, come on. So I definitely, was looking around, and because of our society today, like it's so easy to be like, okay, like for example, I'm not saying this is bad, but like I'll get an email from work and everyone's like, hey, let's celebrate Chinese New Year by doing XYZ. And I'm like, great, I love that. However, I'm like, that's not, none of these deeper meanings are within this email. It's just like, eat this, wear this, say this. Like say, gong hei fa choi, gong xi fa cai. It's like, if you just say that, you're practicing the traditions. No, and I know people do it in fun and in jest, but if you stop really think about it, all during, I say this is the first year that I wouldn't say I took Chinese New Year seriously, but I paid a lot more attention to the whys of what we did, and actually was like pretty touched by like, there was somebody that a really good friend of mine who I've known for a long time. He gave these Chinese goodie bags to all his like coworkers, and they were like filled. They were like, each bag was like $200 at least, and they were filled with like all the foods that you would eat, all the fruits that you would eat, rice cakes that were
like
this
a
big.
Chinese care package.
Yeah, and like it was his workers. All his workers were not Chinese, and he took the time to write down what everything signifies. So it wasn't just like, this is what you eat during Chinese New Year. This is why you eat it. And I thought that was really cool. And that was the first time, he's ever done that. And this year I've taken a lot more importance into like the whys of the tradition. So
I think some of my friends in Indonesia and even my cousins were also doing that. But of course, because you can't really meet people these days, right? So they just end up delivering those to each other. And yeah, like you said, then I think it's like it's the gesture, and gestures are nice, but then it would be even nicer if you know the meaning behind the gestures.
Yeah.
Yeah. I basically every Chinese New Year for me, especially ever since I moved to the States, have been the same.
Yeah.
Because all my families are not here. We would FaceTime each other, and so when we were doing that earlier this time, we're just like, what's the difference? Because I've never been home anyway.
Oh.
No, sad.
But so you never experienced Chinese New Year in Asia? I mean, like you I guess Indonesia.
Yeah.
Was it very festive in Indonesia?
It wasn't in the past because, like, short story time here. Because when my mom was growing up, we went through a period where Chinese schools were shut down, and you were not really allowed to learn it. And so I think a lot of the cultures were also lost during that time. And I'm not even talking about my generation. I'm talking about my mom's generation, who was growing up at the time, right? So. We went through that period, but then it got somewhat better, lately, I guess in the past 10 years or so. So yeah, you can see more celebrations around, more festivities, but not so much. I mean, I think I did spend Chinese New Year once at home, and it was so fun because you get to see your extended families who you don't see or talk to except for that time. So I think it's just like the fact that you can get that chance to spend time with your family is so precious.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I'm done ranting.
Okay, I think one of the main things that I fear that we will lose in the next generation, even this generation for myself, is language. Because
Yes.
well, for me, I know Cantonese and Mandarin and learn Mandarin. But Kevin, who's my husband, he doesn't really speak Chinese. He knows Hakka. But if we have a kid, we speak, like Kevin and I speak English at home. So how are we gonna teach the kid Chinese? It's gonna be really difficult. Like if you don't use it all the time, like the kid will only know how to like maybe like order like siu mai Hakka or whatever, right? And that's it. Like they won't be able to have a conversation because I'm not gonna. It's gonna be weird if I speak to the kid in Cantonese and then Kevin doesn't understand, and like especially in these like. Well, I mean, like I married a Chinese person, but like especially if there's like interracial marriages, I think it's going to be really difficult to retain that language.
But that's the only way to do it because language is so important because like you get to learn so much more than just the language. You get to learn the culture as well, like just like food.
Yeah.
So gotta do it,
I mean,
Carmen.
it's not just like it's everybody. It's not just interracial marriages, right? I know so many Chinese couples that they don't speak Chinese to each other. First of all, if they can even speak it. Second, there's no way their kids are going to speak it because how? Unless they learn it in school, right? Because they're not speaking it to them. So if you think about it, oh my gosh, how many millions of Chinese households are there in America? I don't know about Canada, but in America, where
there's tons here too. Yeah,
there's tons there. That second generation or whatever generation you are, like third, fourth, you're not gonna like. I speak Mandarin and Shanghainese, but I don't know if my kid's gonna. I mean, I'm gonna really try. Whoops, my microphone. I'm gonna really try.
You're really excited.
Too much zest for life.
Like, and our age, and I'm at a disadvantage because sorry, my parents aren't gonna be around probably. My grandparents aren't around, but people who were older than me who had kids, their grandparents who are still alive, could take care of the kids and speak Chinese to them. But mine aren't alive. And so who's literally like, I would have to get a Chinese nanny to speak Chinese to them.
Yes.
Those are expensive.
And they're expensive.
Like, what's expensive?
So,
but actually, I don't know if you guys know Karen and Chen. Like
yeah, of course.
We're speaking
Yeah.
Karen can speak Chinese, but Chen doesn't really speak that much Chinese, but he forces himself to speak Chinese. Like it's like super accented, but he's forcing himself to speak Chinese so the kids can communicate in Chinese. But I cannot force Kevin to speak Chinese if he doesn't even know Chinese in the first place.
I mean, okay, and the thing is, I would love for my kid to be able to speak Shanghainese. I love the dialect more than Mandarin for sure, but There's no. So somebody just said ew in my household. Pipe down. I'm busy right now. Yes, I speak Chinese with Yi. Only either it's like a fun thing.
And then also
if
Yi
I-
would laugh at Dan every
Yeah, because I'm
time.
trying.
Because
I'm
you're
trying to
so
like impress
accented.
her. Yeah. Because I was like, yo, like, well, how we
No, but
and
props
she's like,
props to you for trying though, Dan.
okay. Here's the thing. Usually, if we're talking bad behind some stranger's back, which doesn't
Yeah,
happen
definitely.
often, but it does happen, I'll be like, yo,
That's what I just said.
I have. I'll tell you guys. I'll tell you guys a crazy story. I'll just tell you the crazy. I did that with you one time in an elevator in California. I didn't say anything bad. I just said like there were two non-Chinese people sitting in front of me, and I was like, oh, they in Chinese. I was like, oh, they look like they're about to go out and enjoy themselves because they're just really nice, you know. And they turned around in full-on Chinese and was like, yes, we are. And we're like,
But then the Chinese people, right? Are the Chinese people?
They're not.
they were Caucasians.
Oh
They were-
wow!
Man and the woman, so both of them spent time in China, and that's where they met.
Oh,
They were
so
lucky you
awesome.
won't say
They were-
anything bad.
fluent. No, I know, right? I was like,
Also, how
From now on, I
embarrassing
just-
the fact that they were fluent and you're like speaking Mandarin with this
yeah,
American
yeah.
accent.
They were probably like, yo, what happened to your Chinese, bro? Like, I don't know. So yeah, that's definitely. I mean, I don't think my kid's ever gonna learn Shanghainese. Sorry, that's done. Unless we went back to Shanghai
I
to
think
spend time there.
dialect is
it's
really
done.
hard to
Yeah.
pass down to generations.
really is.
When I was in Penang, like a lot of the people there spoke Hokkien-nese. Is that such a language?
Hokkien, yeah, Hokkien.
Yeah. So, and my family is originally from like Fujian province, so they speak
Mm-hmm.
that language, but like that's it. I could order some food back then, you know, that's how I survived. But because you don't use it in real life, you just forget about it. You just don't use it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
You know?
Dialect is even harder. I mean, in China, they're also trying to make everyone only speak Mandarin, right? And they're canceling a lot of the dialect
Yeah.
in schools and in learning in schools. I know, like Guangdong province, they don't teach Cantonese. Even in Hong Kong, they're like implementing like Mandarin education. So I
Yeah.
do. Even Cantonese is like one of the top Chinese languages. Like I feel like that's may be
There you go.
endangered soon. Yeah. All right. For Cantonese, it's going to be hard. Hey, I'm not done reading. Because Cantonese isn't taught in schools. Exactly. That's what I said. And I feel like I can speak
Yeah.
Cantonese conversationally, but I don't feel 100% fluent being an ABC.
Yeah.
I'm fluent in
Instant.
English and Chinglish.
What up, dude?
English.
My mom was fluent in Chinglish. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, it's a real issue, and you know, everyone there's no answer. So you're gonna really have to figure out what you're gonna do, you know, for your children.
Yeah.
For you,
In
like
this case, like every man for himself, you know.
and
So
and
you
the
just
one
gotta-
thing that I'm not going to be able to do is like for example, when I first came to America, the major culture clash within myself was, you know, forget my parents were like super reserved, like so traditional Chinese, like if you have something bad, don't say it, like endure, like, you know, basically like don't show your emotions. And I'm in America and everyone's like, say what you want, do what you want, like
right.
live your life, you know. So I was like, which one do I do? And then, so, you know, if I'm trying to teach my kid, like, we should be reserved, but I'm me, and he's like, but dad, like, look at you. And I'd be like,
you don't even do that.
it's gonna be hard for me to impart these values. So part of it is
Yeah.
like, I also have to work on myself, you know. And I know the three of us all do that. Like we self-reflect all the time.
Yeah.
You know, some days are better than others, but at least we have a foundation where I can be like, okay, listen, if I want to teach my kids something good, I have to at least like behave in public, like don't curse anyone out, don't get road rage, you know, like that's just something where I'm like, I get road rage all the time. I cuss people out on the
I think
street,
it's
sorry.
a New Yorker thing. It's a New Yorker thing.
It is. But really, like a real traditional Chinese person wouldn't do that. You know, they would just take that guy cutting him off, like take it, you know, like endure the hardship. But so, you know, it's like that's hard. That's gonna be hard to try to impart him like good values when I'm like not doing it myself sometimes, you know.
Well, you have to start from yourself. Start look inside.
Stuff. That's right. That's right.
Gotta start somewhere.
Woosah.
Why does
Oh my God,
Cantonese always
Thomas.
sound angry? Do
Yeah.
I sound angry? I just normally sound angry anyway.
No, it's
Wait,
just the
wait.
way
Maybe.
people talk to you, Thomas.
Do you guys think I've heard like people say Shanghainese sound angry? Do you guys feel that way or no?
Can you speak Shanghainese right now? Say a couple of lines.
I mean, you put me on the
No,
spot.
sometimes no. Sometimes I hear you
Oh my
speak
God.
Shanghainese. I don't.
No, you've
I don't
heard
think that
people
way.
speak Shanghainese,
It's like,
no?
it's like
You never.
Nonghua something something. Is that
No,
Chinese?
no, no.
Yeah.
You know, no is
No.
no. Okay. That's
All right.
fine.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Anywho, Dan, you have some rapid fire questions ready for us?
Yeah, guys. All right, let's
Okay.
do it. So the third segment is I just got some quick. Can we have a timer? What's our timer, guys?
There's a
Should
timer
we
right
have
on
a
the
timer?
corner on the thing. Can you see it?
Oh, okay. Yeah. But I
Yeah.
gotta read these. Okay. Anyways, all right. I'm gonna fire off. I would say each question maybe like 10 seconds, like one thought. These are rapid. Okay. So I'm just gonna do them quick. So get ready. It's gonna be between you guys.
Wait,
And you-
are we,
and you
are
have
we
10
supposed to
Who's
choose
going
between the
first?
two?
Who's going first?
Carmen can go first.
Okay.
So
Then I'll
you're
be
just
hard.
answering them, and you don't know what these
Okay.
are. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Yep. Go ahead.
All right, ready? All right, can we get some music? I don't know.
High quality production right here. High end production.
We're gonna start off with some easy ones. All right.
Mhm.
Are you a morning or a night person? Go, Carmen.
Neither. I wish I was asleep right now.
Oh, she's working
Wait, so
too
you're not even
hard.
awake?
I don't mean I wish I was asleep talking to you guys, but then I'm like, recently I've been waking up, like I start work at like 6 a.m. and then I don't finish until like, cause I do my own work and I come home and I do like off the Great Wall, I do like my kind of cooking, my YouTube channel and all that other stuff. And like, I don't sleep until like 12 or later. And so I'm like, every day I'm just like, wake up, I'm like, oh, work. And then it just like go sleep, so, oh, work again. So I don't enjoy mornings and I don't enjoy nights. There you go.
Okay, Mia.
Are you more productive in the morning or at night?
Yeah, like what do you prefer? Like
Or are we not supposed to ask a lot of questions?
Actually, no. Actually, morning I find I'm more productive for some reason.
in the what?
Okay.
Night or
I'm-
morning?
No, I mean like 6, 7, 8, 9 a.m. I'm pretty productive. At night
Okay.
I'm like eventually becoming slower and like more lethargic, but I still try to do
Yeah.
it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, can I just say something real quick here?
Of course.
Jason Chung says, Tian Mimi, ni xiao de Tian Mimi. Okay, fun fact about that song, it's actually an Indonesian folk song.
What?
Yes!
How? How? It's Chinese.
No, it's not.
Guys, you're screwing up the rapid fire segment. All right, we're gonna move
Okay.
on.
Sorry, go on, go on.
Mia, describe yourself in 3 words.
Wait, why?
Right. This is
We
rapid
can
fire.
call on multiple-
It's the whole point. The whole point is whatever comes to your mind. Describe yourself in 3 words. Go.
Tiny, small, and tiny.
No, that's 3 of the same.
That's
3
the
different
2 of
words.
the same. Yeah, that's almost the 3 of the same words. Come on.
Fine. I'll do the first one. Tiny.
Tiny and small, and I love boba.
That's like
Okay, love
5
boba.
words.
What's you can't do- one more. One more.
Uh,
Are you sweet? Are you sour?
sweet and sour.
Okay, I'll give you that one. Fine. I'll give you that one. Carmen, ready? Go. Describe yourself in 3 words.
Oh no.
I hate those questions.
I don't know if I should. No, okay.
Dun dun dun.
Feisty.
Dun dun dun.
Okay.
Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun.
I should say- Okay. Hard on the outside, soft on the inside. But that's more than 3 words.
Whoa.
More than 3
Okay,
words.
okay. All right.
Okay.
Feisty.
Loud.
Okay. There you go, guys.
got it.
All right. Island vacation or mountainous getaway?
Can I get this question?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's island vacation all
Of
the
course.
way.
Yeah, who wants to go
because
climb a mountain?
Yeah.
Who wants to
I-
hike? That's
I don't
because
want.
you're
I don't
white.
like. I don't like. I don't want to go to the beach. It's like too
Why?
relaxing.
Why don't you
It's
want
like,
to go to the
I wanna
beach?
go-
That's the whole point
I
of a
wanna-
holiday, to relax.
I want to challenge myself while I relax. Is that weird?
Oh my God.
I want to go hiking. I want to go something a little like that's like physical.
No.
Is
You
that
know?
is that how Yi feels?
No.
No, she's no, she doesn't like the beach or the mountains. She likes the bed. for vacation.
Ah,
Let me go to sleep. You throwing a
that's
shoe
a,
at me?
that's
No.
a, that's a pretty good
Uh,
choice too. That's a pretty
Okay,
good choice
Carmen,
too.
which one?
Mhm.
Island
Oh,
two?
I thought I already answered that. Yeah, island.
She already answered it.
Really? A lot
Yeah.
of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people would like the mountains. Okay, sunrise or sunset? Go.
Sunset.
Sunset. But that makes us not a morning person, and that goes back to number one question. Sunset.
Interesting.
But I
Okay.
feel like I'm becoming a morning person, so I feel
No,
like I'm
but
just
that's by
confused.
choice. The definition of a morning person is like you enjoy waking up early and you look forward to it.
No,
Not
no.
where
No.
like
Okay.
you're forced
No,
to
no,
wake
no.
up. You know what I
I'm
mean?
forced to wake
Then
up, but
no.
I understand why people like waking up in the morning because
Of course, there's a lot
you
of
do
real
tend to be
morning
more
people out there.
productive.
Yeah, you do. You get more work done.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
but every morning I'm like,
Yeah.
did I not just fall asleep
Yeah.
when I close my eyes?
I'm definitely
Turn on the
I'm
alarm.
definitely like in my older age, I'm becoming a morning person. Like I go to the cafe like 7:30, 8 a.m. No one's around, get my coffee, like only person just
That's because
hacking
you're
away.
old.
It has nothing to do with
getting
age.
there, you know?
Oh,
It's so
you know
nice.
what? Dan hasn't brought up his age so far.
I
so
know
let's
I didn't because
let's
of
not
you.
let's
yeah,
not
'cause
go there. No,
I
no,
knew you were
let's
gonna
not go
call me
there.
out. No, and then by like
He's
11
just
or 12,
proud.
like yeah, like when the night rolls around, Yi looks over and she's like, "Dude, bro, wait, go to bed." You're like this. I'm like in my grandpa, like I'm dozing. But
Do you
I
have dinner at 5 p.m. like early bird special?
no, come on. But okay, next one. Would you rather have more time or more money?
Time.
Mia's thinking. She's like, how much money? You gonna ask me how
How
much?
much money are we talking about here?
Oh, how much time are you talking about?
In general.
Time.
Okay, that took a while.
I don't even
This
know.
is rapid fire. All right, here's another one. New York City or anywhere else?
Anywhere else?
Anywhere else.
Come on, guys.
You're asking people who left New York, so that's
I
a dumb
know.
question.
Both of y'all left. I'm still here.
Oh.
No, Thomas. Can you sing the Indo version? No.
Can we end the segment with Mia singing "Can Me Me" in
Okay,
Indonesian?
I got one last question. Besides money, like everyone says, I wish money grew on trees. What would you like to see grow on trees?
Bubble tea?
Okay. If you said anything else, I would have been like, "You're lying. You want bubble tea?"
You're
on it."
lying. No.
I don't know, but I don't think about these
Come on,
things.
come on, Carmen. Come on, Carmen.
It's whatever
why it's rapid-
comes to your mind
that's why I'm
first,
like-
Carmen.
You don't think about that? Like, man, I wish I had a lot of this.
No.
Mm.
Like Kevin said
definitely-
noodles, but then I'm
She's
like,
taking
okay.
this way
What
too
did Kevin say?
seriously.
What did Kevin say?
Kevin
Noodles?
said noodles.
Hmm.
Okay, noodles. Sure.
Mine would be. I have an unhealthy obsession with coffee table books. Mine would be like coffee table books.
Or yours
love
would just be
coffee
coffee.
Yeah, yours
Oh,
just be
that's right,
coffee.
mine's just coffee.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway.
All right.
All right,
that was fun.
Anyways, that's my rapid fire for you
Oh,
guys.
that was fun. Thank you.
You guys did all right. You guys kind of failed some of the whole.
we
rapid
took
fire
too
concept.
long.
Okay,
we took too long.
I failed one question, okay?
Mm.
That's it.
The first one. Well, I got a question,
right.
Dad.
Okay, so everybody, if you can share with us your growing up stories in the comments, because after this, the live chat is gone. So comment below or let us know what you think that you may lose in your generation and how, or if you're gonna go and try and preserve it. Let us know down below as well. And thank you, Mia, for joining us today. Had
Thanks
a lot
for
of fun talking
having
to
me.
you.
This was a lot of fun. And also it's
See you
live,
soon.
so it's a new experience.
Mhm.
And yes, Dan, okay.
Cool. You didn't fail. You did good. You didn't fail.
Yes.
You did good.
Okay. And thank you, Dan, again for being here.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me on again. Always a
Yes.
pleasure to talk to y'all.
All right. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.